Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a quick live stream. So basically, I don't really have anything that exciting to talk about. Just haven't been on here for a couple of days. The Dell video of the Inspiron, that one is still a work in progress yet. I've had to catch up on some schoolwork and stuff, and tomorrow I'll probably be doing more school stuff. But I'll just make a quick live stream update here and just kind of talk about some of the interesting stuff that's gone on today. Nope, I haven't seen any more bats here in the office. So I don't know if that was just a coincidence, but I ended up sticking roller eggs under the doors that go down into the basement and that go out to the porch on the west side of the building and the stairwell that goes upstairs. If you're wondering what that in the corner is, that's the first landing of the steps that go upstairs. Somebody asked me that. Actually, there's quite a few people that asked what that was for, and I'm like, that's the first landing of the flight of steps. Because there's a doorway. You can't see it from on this camera, but there's two sets of doors. One that goes into the beauty parlor, and then there's one door that goes into a hallway that you can access the basement or side or west side porch, as I call it, and the door upstairs. And that you got a flight of steps that you basically join with. This building is basically a 1940s building, and that's. I could get my hands on a set of blueprints for this place, just to kind of look at the structural pros of the landlord. Yeah, it's funny. Out of every place I've ever rented, or this is the first place I've ever had where landlord's family drives by at least maybe 5-10 times a day. Well, they all have jobs and they all go off and do stuff, and or most of them anyway. It's all the fun things in life that you gotta make the best of everything, basically. And I pretty much do that around here. I'm sure I'm here. I'm probably gonna take off in maybe a few minutes once I'm done with the live stream, but basically the next major project I gotta do is clean house, do a little organizing again. It looks like a tornado went through here, and I'm sure I'm going to hear something from the landlord about all the wonderful projects I have going on here at the moment, like usual. I haven't gotten everything done that I wanted to get done this week yet, but sometimes when the weather is beautiful out, you want to get outside and get all your work done. And that's exactly what I was been doing this week, is getting some landscaping done over at my place of employment. And then there's other projects I've been doing. I had a couple of video editing projects I had to help a friend out with. And then I have to finish my behavior log chart that I created for when they get the fire department in here, or the insurance people, or inspectors. So basically, my goal is to discourage them from misbehaving, raising their voices, losing their temper. And the main reason they get all bucky and upset is because they either want to go upstairs or they want to look in the back room. And there's nothing back there to even look at. And upstairs, that's a private living quarters, so there's somebody's living up there. Not all the time, but on occasion, there's somebody that the landlord agreed to let use it. So, for instance, now if that was part of the lease agreement, then yeah, they could look at it. But if it's not part of, if it's not used as commercial space, and it's not open to the general public or to the people renting, then as an inspector, legally, you can't look through somebody's private living quarters. That'd be like if the fire department went through your house. They would love to do that, but legally they can't do that. Neither. That'd be like if you had your garage door open one day and all of a sudden you had them doing a fire inspection in or they're snooping around in your garage. You wouldn't be happy with that either. So there's some cities that they try to push that. In the town that I'm currently living in, over 30 years ago, they tried that, and that didn't go over very well with a lot of people. So it depends on your town, and it depends on who you have as for village board. That's if you're in an unincorporated community, you'll probably be most likely linked with a larger town. Because if your town doesn't have a post office, then you're not really incorporated as. It's like Taos doesn't have their own post office. It's an unincorporated town, probably about 8 miles from here. That's off of. You go on Highway 10, 2 miles to Cato, which is another unincorporated town. It's pretty much fizzled out. There's nothing there really, just a couple of houses going up the Cato Hill, as I call it, a repair shop. And then there used to be a greenhouse there, but those people, they folded because it was just too much to handle. And then the guy, like 15 years later, ended up dying of COPD. So that was kind of tragic. But he worked in a foundry for a long time, and the foundry he worked for, I don't know which foundry it was, but when he first started out at the foundry, they didn't have a lot of safety requirements. So when you inhale all them fumes, all the brake dust type stuff, you could get all sorts of health problems. It's even like those that are in the building maintenance field or construction. If you come across asbestos related stuff, it won't be now, but 20, 30, 40 years from now, that could come back as cancer. But enough about that. So basically, you got Taos, they don't have a post office. The only thing that they have are just a couple of houses, county building, or not a county building, but Township of Franklin shop, and a closed up bar. And then you got Metroville. That's another unincorporated town. Other than they have the one bar closed, but they still got the Longhorn Saloon yet. And then you got like Clark's Mills. That's got a Catholic church, Catholic grade school, one bar, then the town shop there. So that's a lot of those people would just go to either have their mail forwarded to the post office in Valders. And a lot of them along the road there have mailboxes, so there's really no need for a post office there. Well, I think that's on that note, I didn't really have a lot to talk about today, other than it was never mind about what I was thinking about. But so on that note, we'll call her night and we'll see you tomorrow.